Vous avez un véhicule bien entretenu, en bonne condition? Ça tombe bien, c'est exactement ce qu'on cherche chez Gervais Auto. Paiement le jour même, transaction rapide et sans tracas. Pas mal mieux que sur Marketplace, hein? En février, faites affaire avec la référence en Mauricie. Rendez-vous sur le gervaiauto.com. En février, l'équipe Gervais Auto continue de grandir. On recrute des représentants des ventes, des mécaniciens automobiles et des pros de la finance dans le domaine de l'auto. Ça t'intéresse? Envoie-nous tes infos maintenant à rh@gervaiauto.com.
All right, let's talk about rents, commercial rents. Are you a commercial tenant? Are you going to be able to survive a second wave without help from the government? With more on this, let's go to Pamela Feifer, property manager for Groupe Feifer in Montreal. Pamela, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Elias.
Tell me a bit about Groupe Feifer, the business. What kind of buildings and properties and places you lease out?
We're a real estate holding company. We've been in business for over 60 years. Spearheaded by my dad, who graduated architecture, Herbert Feifer, and I've been working in the company for around more than 20 years. And we manage basically a mixed bag of residential, office, retail, and mixed use property.
So I had heard, from friends of mine that, own stores, own shops, right, own bars, restaurants, a little bit of a mixed bag on getting help from their landlords. Because if I understand this right, and please feel free to correct me, the federal government assistance program, all parties had to sort of play ball. So it wasn't just the tenant, the landlord had to play ball, and that was a tricky process. For Groupe Feifer, what was your policy? How are you handling this?
We did it across the board, but there were some tenants, because they were not getting, losing 70% or more. You had to lose 70% or more of your business to be able to apply for SECRA. And a lot of these businesses, restaurants on St. Catherine, especially at the beginning, they were maybe losing 50%, 40%. 65%, and they could not apply for the SECRA program. So we tried to do deals with them on the side, but we can't just give them free rental. We have the property taxes to pay. But we did what we could with those tenants. But I would say around 70% of our tenants took advantage of the SECRA program.
And that program, it's ending, right?
It's over.
It's over, donezo. So what are these businesses doing now?
I really don't know what's going to transpire. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that they're going to come up with some other program or extend it once again. It already had 3 extensions. But I do believe that they're going to have to do something. I mean, not only because Quebec have the highest property taxes, Montreal has the higher property taxes, yeah. St. Catherine has the highest property taxes, and we are the hardest hit by COVID. So they're going to have to do something to ensure that all these businesses survive. And not just the AAA tenants, mom and pop shops who rely heavily on survival of their whole family on this small little shop. They have to do something for these tenants.
We're with Pamela Feifer, property manager for Groupe Feifer in Montreal. Pamela, we heard just a little while ago that the mayor of Montreal says city is going to freeze property taxes in 2021. But as you mentioned, if they're already the highest, not that much help. I thought it was comical what I heard, because the property taxes are frozen. As much as we appreciate any help we can get from the city of Montreal, the current tenants can't pay the current taxes. So it's really not going to make a difference if they keep it the same next year. So what, they're going to save $50, $200? Really, that's not going to save them at all. We have to lower our taxes. We have to get refund on the taxes. We used to have a program that if there was landlords had vacancies, they can get a tax refund. We still have to pay full taxes if there's vacancies. And I have to say there was 15% of vacancies in January. There's probably going to be close to, 35% when all these 50% of restaurants are closing. Pamela, it's October 1st. We've got 28 days where restaurants can only do takeout delivery service. The bars are closed. Has your phone rang off the hook over the last couple of days with concerned bar and restaurant owners?
Well, I'm also a psychologist. As a landlord, you're also a psychologist, and I feel terrible for a lot of these tenants. But I have to say they're scared. They're terrified. But at the same token, they're waiting for a program that they were promised. Like they were promised to have a new program or something. Everyone's waiting on bated breath to see what the Quebec government is going to announce. But I have to say also is that the Quebec government announced in June that they're going to compensate 12.5% to landlords who were applying for the SECRA. And none of the landlords who have applied for SECRA have seen a penny of that.
Jeez.
So we're all waiting with bated breath to find out what the Quebec government's going to do. But we want to know, we've already ate 25% and we've already, we've paid all our taxes. We've done everything we could, but we're still waiting upon that 12.5%. We're not a REIT. A lot of us companies, we're not a REIT. We're not a large institutional organization. We are depending on that 12.5% that was promised to us.
And that, you know why that scares me, Pamela? Because, and 1 o'clock, by the way, Prayer Fitzgibbon is going to be part of the government press conference today. We're going to carry it live on CJ 800. But if you're telling me the money hasn't arrived from programs announced months ago, whatever they announced today, I mean, can we expect that same kind of speedy service? And what does that mean for business owners if they're going to have to wait months and months and months for help that they need now?
I'm hoping that it'll be a little more speedy this time.
Pamela, one last question for you, just because you did mention that Groupe Feifer has residential properties. On the residential end, is the situation a lot better? I know we've had CERB and other programs in place, but have you seen the same type of hardships from the residential properties? What can you tell us on that end?
No, I think the federal government with the CERB program did a wonderful job. And right now, as I know, I'm speaking to a lot of employers that are the people who don't even want to go to work. They're getting their CERB and they're happy to survive on the CERB. But a lot of hardworking people who can't find a job are on the CERB, and that's really important for them. And right now, the CERB is also going to be altering into some sort of program. So we're all waiting to see what's going to happen with that as well.
Pamela Feifer, property manager for Groupe Feifer. Hey, Pamela, you're great. Thanks for your voice on this show. It was really great talking to you.
Oh, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.